If your loved one has been seriously injured or died in an Iowa nursing home and you suspect abuse or neglect, there are critical steps that you must take immediately, and nursing home corporations are counting on you not to know them. I'm attorney Tim Summelroth of RSH Legal. Our firm has been helping families fight for justice in Iowa nursing home abuse and neglect cases for over 20 years. No one does more nursing home negligence cases in Iowa than we do. If your loved one has suffered because of inadequate care, get a free consultation with a lawyer you can trust by calling 319-895-1847. You need answers, and you need them now. Let me walk you through exactly what you should know about nursing home abuse and neglect claims in Iowa so that you can make the best decisions for your family during this difficult time. Do you have a case? You might have a case if your loved one suffered serious permanent injury or death due to nursing home abuse or neglect in Iowa. But not every bad experience qualifies as a legal case. Here's the difference. General dissatisfaction with care, rude staff behavior, or minor issues that upset you are not grounds for a lawsuit. Actionable nursing home abuse or neglect means the facility failed to provide adequate care, resulting in significant harm like severe bed sores or preventable falls causing fractures, malnutrition, dehydration, medical errors, or death. Iowa nursing home law recognizes several forms of harm. Physical harm, like unexplained bruises, broken bones. Neglect, like failure to prevent falls or inadequate nutrition or hydration or poor skin care. Emotional abuse, like things that cause anxiety or depression. Financial exploitation, and sexual abuse. Your loved one has federal and state rights to be free from abuse, receive proper care, and live with dignity and respect. To have a valid case, the abuse or neglect must have occurred in Iowa, resulted in serious permanent injury or death, and happened within the last 2 years. That's Iowa's statute of limitations. The facility or its staff must have violated their legal duty of care, breaching federal nursing home regulations, Iowa law, or the contract you signed when you admitted your loved one. Document everything you observe. Take photos of injuries, bed sores, or poor hygiene. Write down concerning conversations. Note patterns like repeated falls or weight loss. Report your concerns to the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals, which will investigate and document whether abuse or neglect occurred. Don't dismiss your concerns. Trust your instincts and seek answers. What is your case worth? Now, the value of a nursing home case depends upon the severity of injuries, the types of damages you can recover, and Iowa's legal caps on certain compensation. You can typically recover two main categories of damages. Economic damages include all quantifiable financial losses, medical expenses, rehabilitation costs, as well as funeral and burial expenses if your loved one died. Now, these economic damages have no legal cap in Iowa. Non-economic damages, however, compensate for pain and suffering, emotional distress, loss of enjoyment of life, or disfigurement, and the loss of consortium, which means the impact on your relationship with your loved one. Unfortunately, Iowa's 2023 law placed caps on non-economic damages in nursing home cases. For most cases against individual healthcare providers, the cap is $1 million when you prove substantial or permanent loss of bodily function, substantial disfigurement, or death. When the case includes a hospital as a defendant, the cap can rise to $2 million. For less serious injuries not meeting this criteria, the cap is $250,000. Now, these caps increase by 2.1% annually starting on January 1 of 2028. In cases involving especially egregious conduct, willful, wanton, or reckless disregard for resident safety, you may also qualify to recover punitive damages that punish the facility. Now, these aren't subject to the non-economic caps. Every nursing home case is unique. Factors affecting the value include the egregiousness of the abuse, the strength of your evidence, and whether you can prove the facility's policies or profit motives contributed to understaffing or inadequate oversight. Understanding what's possible helps set realistic expectations for your family's situation. Do you need a lawyer? Yes, nursing home abuse and neglect cases are among the most complex personal injury claims in Iowa, making self-representation impractical and financially risky. These cases require navigating federal and state regulations. The 1987 Nursing Home Reform Act established federal standards for facilities that accept Medicare and Medicaid funding, and Iowa has codified additional protections. Understanding which regulations were violated and how they apply to your loved one's situation demands specialized legal knowledge that most people, and frankly most lawyers, don't possess. Proving nursing home negligence requires expert witnesses, typically healthcare professionals with nursing home experience who can testify about the standard of care, how the facility failed to meet it, and how that failure caused your loved one's injuries. Finding qualified experts who are willing to testify, paying their review fees, and preparing their testimony is something that experienced lawyers handle routinely but would overwhelm most families. The financial barriers are substantial. It can cost $100,000 or more to investigate a serious nursing home case and take it to trial. This includes gathering thousands of pages of medical records, hiring multiple expert witnesses to review those records, conducting depositions, preparing exhibits, and retaining specialists for trial testimony. Few families can afford these costs out of pocket, especially when grieving or managing ongoing medical expenses. Defense lawyers use sophisticated tactics specific to nursing home cases, claiming that the employee acted outside their job scope, arguing that the injury was unavoidable given the resident's condition, or blaming family members for not visiting enough. Countering these strategies requires trial experience in nursing home cases. Protect your loved one's rights by hiring someone who knows this specialized area of law. What will a lawyer cost you? Most experienced Iowa nursing home attorneys work on contingency, meaning you pay nothing up front and the lawyer only gets paid if you win your case. Here's how contingency fees work. Your attorney advances all costs associated with investigating and proving your case, typically $50,000 to $100,000 or more. These costs include ordering and organizing thousands of pages of medical records, hiring expert witnesses to review those records who often charge thousands of dollars themselves for their time, helping the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals investigate, taking depositions of facility staff and medical experts, and preparing evidence and witnesses for trial. Now, if you lose your case, you don't pay those costs back. The attorney absorbs that financial loss. Now, this arrangement makes contingency fees essential for nursing home cases. Without it, only wealthy families could afford to pursue justice. If you win through settlement or trial verdict, the attorney's fee is a percentage of your recovery, typically 40% depending upon the agreement and when the case resolves. The attorney also recovers the cost that they advanced from your settlement or verdict. This is the arrangement that allows families to pursue justice without huge upfront financial burden, while ensuring that your attorney is motivated to maximize your recovery. How long will this take? Nursing home abuse and neglect cases in Iowa typically take at least 2 years to resolve, and complex cases going to trial can take several years. Understanding the timeline helps manage your expectations. After you hire an attorney, the investigation and documentation phase begins. Your lawyer must gather all the medical records from the nursing home and any hospitals where your loved one was treated, often thousands of pages that can take months to collect. Those records are then sent to expert witnesses for review, which can take additional months as these specialists carefully analyze the care that was provided against professional standards. Simultaneously, you should be filing a complaint with the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals. The IDIA conducts its own investigation, interviewing witnesses and reviewing facility records. Due to heavy workloads, this investigation may take considerable time, but the resulting report can become crucial evidence for your case. If settlement negotiations before filing a lawsuit don't produce fair compensation, your attorney would then file a lawsuit to protect your rights before the statute of limitations expires. The discovery phase then follows. Both sides exchange information through written questions, document requests, and depositions where witnesses answer questions under oath. Depending upon how many people are deposed, this part of the process can take months. Many cases attempt mediation, where a neutral mediator helps both sides negotiate fair settlement terms. If a mediation fails, trial preparation begins, which is a time-intensive process of organizing the exhibits, preparing the witnesses, and developing courtroom strategy. Waiting for an available trial date can add another year or more. While the wait is difficult, thorough preparation gives you the best chance at fair compensation. How do you find the right lawyer? Finding the right nursing home abuse lawyer requires asking specific questions and looking for particular qualities that indicate genuine expertise in this specialized field. Start by asking, have you tried nursing home abuse or neglect cases to verdict in Iowa? This question is critical. Many attorneys claim that they handle nursing home cases, but they never actually have taken one to trial. Insurance companies know which lawyers are new to nursing home cases or settle every case, and those lawyers' clients often receive lowball settlement offers. You need an attorney with a proven trial record because nursing home insurance carriers respect firms that are willing to go to trial. You want to follow up by asking about this attorney's win-loss record at trial. While no attorney wins every case, you want someone who succeeds more than the national average, where the defense wins over 90% of nursing home trials. Look for attorneys with deep knowledge of federal and state nursing home regulations. Ask, are you familiar with the 1987 Nursing Home Reform Act and Iowa's specific nursing home laws? These complex regulations form the foundation of most cases, and your attorney must understand them thoroughly. And seek someone who demonstrates empathy and professionalism. Nursing home cases involve emotional testimony about your loved one's suffering or death. You need an attorney who treats your family with compassion while aggressively fighting the facility's defense tactics. If your loved one survived, the attorney should show commitment to their well-being. If your loved one passed away, you need someone who knows how to tell their story completely and truthfully. Finally, confirm that the attorney has access to qualified expert witnesses and the financial resources to front up to $100,000 in case costs. The right attorney makes an enormous difference in these challenging cases. How soon do you need to call? Call an experienced Iowa nursing home abuse or neglect attorney immediately, ideally within a year of when the abuse or neglect occurred, even though Iowa's legal deadline is 2 years. Here's why timing is critical. Iowa's statute of limitations gives you 2 years from the date of injury or death to either settle your claim or file a lawsuit. Miss this deadline by even 1 day and you lose your right to pursue compensation forever, regardless of how serious the abuse or how strong your evidence. But waiting until you're close to that 2-year deadline is dangerous. Investigating a nursing home case and preparing it properly takes at least 6 months, often longer. Your attorney must order and review thousands of pages of medical records, submit them to expert witnesses for analysis, obtain the determination that the case has merit, and make sure that a complaint has been filed with the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals. The IDIA investigation itself can take months due to heavy workloads. Evidence can disappear as time passes. Staff members leave or forget details. Surveillance footage can get deleted. Witnesses' memories fade, and the facility may change ownership or policies, making it harder to prove what protocols were in place when your loved one was injured. Medical records can be lost or become harder to obtain as facilities close or transition to new record-keeping systems. If your loved one needs ongoing care because of nursing home abuse or neglect, early action protects them. Reporting abuse to the IDIA and hiring an attorney creates accountability that may improve conditions, not just for your loved one, but for other vulnerable residents. Don't wait to protect your family's rights and your loved one's dignity. What happens after you hire us? Well, after you hire us, we handle your case through a systematic process designed to build the strongest possible claim while you focus on your loved one and your family. We begin with a thorough investigation and documentation specific to nursing home cases. We gather all medical records from the facility and any hospitals where your loved one received treatment. We review the contract that you signed with the nursing home, the facility's policies and procedures, state inspection reports, and any incident reports documenting falls, injuries, or complaints. We help you file a complaint with the Iowa Department of Inspections and Appeals, guiding you on what to include and what to avoid to ensure the most effective investigation. Next, we identify and hire expert witnesses. Healthcare professionals with nursing home experience who can review thousands of pages of records and determine whether the facility violated the standard of care. These experts examine whether proper staffing levels existed, whether the staff was adequately trained and supervised, and whether the facility's policies prioritized profit over resident safety. Once our investigation is complete, we guide you in making a fair settlement demand to the nursing home and its insurance company. If fair settlement cannot be reached, we file a lawsuit. During discovery, we exchange information with the defense through written questions and depositions. We continue settlement negotiations as both sides learn more. If both sides agree, we may participate in mediation, where a neutral mediator helps facilitate settlement discussions. If mediation fails, we prepare your case for trial, organizing evidence and preparing witnesses. Finally, we present your case to a jury who decides whether the nursing home was negligent and what compensation is fair. Now, throughout this process, we keep you informed about important developments while handling the complex legal work. We work to resolve nursing home cases as efficiently as possible while still getting you full compensation that your family deserves. The sooner we start, the sooner we can begin protecting your family's rights and holding the nursing home accountable. If you would like to set up a free consultation with an experienced attorney who will fight for justice for your loved one, please call us today at 319-895-1847. Our conversation is confidential, it costs you nothing, and can help you understand your options during this difficult time. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to this channel and make sure that you watch this next video.